Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Siti Nazatul Farhana binti Johari. My metric number 1201289. I'm from TQA6. My topic research is the development of Islamic law in the 3rd century, a critical study of Orientalist views. Methodology of research. For my topic, I use qualitative study. For the objective, we have two main points here, which are case study and content analysis. For case study, to critically examine the views of Orientalists on the development of Islamic law in the 3rd century. By conducting a detailed analysis of their methodologies, biases, and interpretations, the study aims to gain insights into the Orientalist perspective and contribute to a nuanced understanding of the historical development of Islamic law. While content analysis, to systematically analyze and evaluate the textual contents of Orientalist works on the development of Islamic law in the 3rd century. Next, we move to the sample. I use two methods of sampling here, which are purposeful sampling and snowball sampling. The first method is purposeful sampling. Researchers select participants or sources based on their relevance and expertise in the field of Orientalist studies and the development of Islamic law in the 3rd century. This method involves intentionally selecting Orientalist works that are considered influential or representative of different perspectives within Orientalist scholarship. For the second method is snowball sampling, involves initially identifying a small set of Orientalist sources that are known to be relevant to the study, and then expanding the sample by seeking recommendations or referrals from these initial sources. This method allows researchers to identify additional Orientalist works that may not be readily accessible or well known. Next, method of data collection. The first one is document analysis. Engage in a detailed analysis of the selected Orientalist works to extract relevant data and insights. This involves carefully reading and examining the textual contents of the sources, taking notes, and annotating important arguments, interpretations, and methodologies put forward by the Orientalists. Secondly, literature review. Conduct a comprehensive literature review to identify and gather relevant Orientalist works that focus on the development of Islamic law in the 3rd century. This involves searching academic databases, libraries, online resources, and specialized journals to access scholarly articles, books, translations, and critical commentaries. Thirdly, surveys or questionnaires. Develop and administer surveys or questionnaires to collect data from Orientalist scholars who have written on the topic. These instruments can gather information on their views, methodologies, sources, and overall perspective regarding the development of Islamic law in the 3rd century. Surveys can provide a broader perspective, especially when dealing with a larger sample of scholars. Procedure of data collection. Step by step of collecting data. Identify and gather relevant documents, including scholarly works, commentaries, and historical sources. Next, we move to the instrument of the topic research. Firstly, interview guide. If interviews with Orientalist scholars are conducted as part of the study, an interview guide is a structured set of questions or topics that researchers can use to guide the interviews. The guide can include open-ended questions related to the scholar's views, methodologies, and interpretations regarding the development of Islamic law in the 3rd century. An interview guide helps ensure consistency and systematic data collection during the interview process. Secondly, coding scheme. In content analysis, a coding scheme is a set of predefined categories or themes used to analyze and categorize the textual data from the Orientalist works. The coding scheme provides a structured framework for identifying and classifying key ideas, arguments, and interpretations within the text. This instrument helps ensure consistent and systematic analysis of the data. For the data analysis method, the first one is thematic analysis and the secondly is comparative analysis. Thematic analysis conduct a thematic analysis of the Orientalist works to identify key themes, arguments, and interpretations relate to the development of Islamic law in the 3rd century. This involves identifying recurring patterns, concepts, and categories in the data and organizing them into meaningful themes or subtopics. Thematic analysis helps in understanding the main ideas and perspectives put forward by the Orientalists. While comparative analysis engage in a comparative analysis by contrasting Orientalist opinions with those of Muslim scholars or other researchers. This entails analyzing similarities and distinctions as well as potential areas of agreement or disagreement between literature between Orientalist literature and opposing ideas. Comparative study aids in developing a more comprehensive knowledge of the discourse surrounding the emergence of Islamic law in the 3rd century. Next, tools of analysis. I use manual and software. That's all from me. Thank you.